You know, Pastor Brent, of all the people I know, you're one of them.
I'm one of what?
What? Why are your eyes closed?
I can't see.
Why can't you see?
I can't see. I don't know. Do you see what I see?
I don't think I've ever seen what you see.
Oh, that's very true. Whoa! There I am. Oh, wow.
And here I am.
Pretty amazing.
Yeah, a little too close, huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Kind of reminds us of a story that Elisha, he needed to see something.
Well, for sure, him and his servant felt like they were in trouble, but oh my word, the Lord revealed something to them that actually I would love to see that.
Oh, no kidding. I would too. But we don't want to.
We're not going to give it away.
Oh, it's so good.
I mean, if you keep talking, it'll be
that's
give it away.
probably
I'm not going to give it away.
Woo,
no.
That's one of my favorite. That's one of my favorite stories.
I'm not talking anymore.
I better be quiet. All right, I don't want to run it for you, but this is going to be a great lesson. Hope you like it. Yeah.
Jesus came down to earth from his throne on high. He humbled himself, he came to live so he could die. He was killed on the cross, but he rose up from the grave. Death was defeated, so wipe your tears away. I'm gonna clap my hands and shout Hosanna. Jesus is risen and he lives forever. He took my sin and set me free. Jesus is alive, I believe. To make our way to God, there is nothing that you and I can do. Helpless on our own, we needed him to come for our rescue. Our sin has a price that we could never pay. Jesus paid it all so we could be saved. I'm gonna clap my hands and shout Hosanna. Jesus is risen and he lives forever. He took my sin and set me free. Jesus is alive, I believe. Jesus is alive, I believe. Jesus is the Son of God, the sacrifice for sin. He is the risen King, and he's coming back again. Jesus is the Son of God, I believe. The sacrifice for sin, I believe. He is the risen King, I believe. And he's coming back again. I'm gonna clap my hands and shout Hosanna. Jesus is risen and he lives forever. He took my sin and set me free. Jesus is alive, I believe. with all of my heart. With all of my heart. There is no other like you, God. All others fade away. You found me when I was lost. You called me by my name. With all my might. With all my might. With all my strength. All my strength. I love you, Lord, with all of my heart. I love you with all of my heart. I love you, Lord, with all of my heart. I love you with all of my heart. Your mercy flowed from the nails on a tree. You spread your arms because you first loved me. I love you, Lord, with all of my heart. I love you with all of my heart. I love you, Lord, with all of my heart. I love you with all of my heart. Yes, I love you, Lord, with all of my heart. I love you with all of my heart. I love you, Lord, with all of my heart. I love you with all of my heart. With all of my heart. Love you with all of my heart. With all of my heart. Love you with all of my heart.
Hello once again, boys and girls. It is I, Josh, your guide through this series called I'm in Trouble. Now today's lesson is fascinating because we're talking about this right here on your face. Your forehead? No, lower. Your cheekbone? No, higher than that. Your ear? My ear? No, that's not even on my face. I'm talking about this. Get real close. Right there, guys. What is it? I can't see it. Well, get closer. 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 Ah, that's too close. Got him. That was pretty good.
I don't get it. Are we talking about poking ourselves in the eye?
No, not poking ourselves in the eye, but we are talking about your eyes.
I think I got a booger in my eye.
That is disgusting.
It looks like Abraham Lincoln.
What's up, America?
Let's focus, people. We're not talking about eye boogers or Abraham Lincoln.
Oh, man.
We're talking about the power of what you can see. Now, this series is about trouble, and sometimes in life, it can feel like you're surrounded by trouble. It's hard to see the good in life when all you can see is the bad. Now, in the Bible, there is a man named Elisha. Elisha was a very powerful man of God, and he once had to face an entire army. Can you imagine that? An entire army of bad guys? Completely surrounding you with no way out? What would you do in a situation like that? I'd show them my sweet kung fu moves. I meant to do that. It's totally cool. It's fine. Hi, what's up? Ow.
I would use my little piggy technique.
What's a little piggy technique?
But I tell you what you do. You get on a pig, turn that pig around, and run away going wee, 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 all the way home.
I would simply introduce them to my newest creation, the Destructobot 5 billion.
What is that?
A robot capable of taking out an entire army all by itself.
And how exactly does it do that?
Simple, it blows up.
Hey, you don't need any of that fancy schmancy stuff. I'll tell you what you need against a whole army. You need some tanks, some airplanes, 15,000 ninjas, and a breakfast burrito.
What's the burrito for?
I'm starving. Are we done yet?
No, we're not done. And unfortunately, Elisha didn't have any of that stuff. He just had one servant by his side. So it was just Elisha, the servant, against an entire army. with no hope of escape. Have you ever felt like you were surrounded by all your problems?
I feel like I'm surrounded by problems all the time.
What's that supposed to mean?
Nothing, keep going.
It can be really discouraging. So what's Elisha and his servant gonna do? How are they gonna get out of this? And what can we do when all we can see around us are troubles and problems? You're gonna find out in your lesson today. And you're gonna find out what it means to really open your eyes and see the big picture.
Is this good?
What are you doing?
I'm opening my eyeballs. Is this big enough?
I kinda don't mean like that, Jimmy Don.
Oh, okay.
Enjoy the lesson, boys and girls. We'll see you later.
I see everybody right now.
Bro, could you not do that? You're kinda creeping me out.
I wish I could, but I think I'm stuck. Somebody help. Guys. Amos. Gordy. Hermes. Josh. Help. Come on, y'all.
Oh, look out! Come on, you little rascals! Come out of your hiding!
Rascals?
Yes, rascals! Who said that?
I did. Over here.
Whoa! Over where? Oh, thank goodness! I thought you were a giant nostril! That's one of those greatest of my fears!
You're afraid of giant talking nostrils?
Yeah, isn't everybody? No more talking. Now, it's time to get serious.
Okay. So, what's the deal with those glasses?
My funky friend, this is anything but ordinary glasses. I bought these off of eBay, and it took a pretty penny. It was from another doomsday compadre. This is an indefinite seeking photographic imaging eye scope, or ISPI for short. It lets you see enemies before they see you.
You have enemies?
Well, I don't know for sure, but this will help me find them. Let's test them out. I see you. Oh, I see you down there. Yep, there's an enormous pincher mouth, and it's red and black with black spots.
Deputy.
Yep. Where?
That's a ladybug.
It's an evil ladybug.
Ladybugs are not evil.
Well, they look evil up close.
You know, you're looking at things the wrong way, Deputy. Your eyeglasses are just going to make you paranoid.
I'll have you know that these are a very important tool. You got to see the enemy before they see you. Enemies don't fight fair.
Well, now that is true. Enemies are not the ones that fight fairly. They usually try to outnumber us or overwhelm us, especially when we feel weakness. But that's okay. We can't feel afraid. We can't feel afraid in these times like that. We can't go by what we see.
Well, what do we do then? Do we go by smell? Why does this smell like tacos?
Well, I can't answer that for you, but I am sorry. What I can tell you is that you don't have to worry what your enemies look like at all, because we've got the one thing that they don't have.
Oh, don't tell me. I know this one. Swords. No. Ninjas. No. Lightsabers.
No, we've got God. We don't have to worry about our enemies because God is on our side. And no matter how big or strong the enemy is, God will be forever bigger and stronger.
Oh my, this is encouraging. Thank you. My crazy friend, I need to hear this today. Oh, you hear that, Ladybug? I don't fear you. I don't feel the worst, you spotted pest. Sorry. It looked at me and, woo! Oh, that's a scary looking thing down there. Well, I'll see you later, boys and girls. I'm going to trade my ISPIs for something heavier, like a baseball bat. Look out, people! See ya!
Never mind.
Thank you. Oh, please have a seat. Wonderful. Hold your applause. Oh, welcome back. I am the actor, and today I am going to teach you a wonderful power verse. If you want to be a great method actor like me, all you need to do is listen closely and learn the power verse. Today's power verse says, "Then Elisha prayed, 'Lord, open his eyes and let him see.'" 2 Kings 6:17. What a wonderful, fantastic power verse. Now, if there's one thing I've learned as the greatest method actor of all times, it's that the best way to memorize your lines, or the power verse in this instance, is to do it in character. So let's find out what today's character shall be. Let's see. Yes, today's character is a dog eating a biscuit. This is quite funny because it's a picture of a dog eating a biscuit. Would you like to see? Okay, here we go. Just kidding. Acting, thank you. Silly children, it's never what's on the card. Okay, today's character is in fact a hillbilly. I can't wait for you to do this. I've got a great impression. Are you ready? Okay, you're going to say the power verse on the count of 3. Here's how it goes. 1, 2, 3. Then Elijah prayed, "Lord, open his eyes and let him see." 2 Kings 6:17. Acting, thank you. That was fantastic. Good job. Now, I've been looking for stage left. I thought I found it before, but I did not, so I'm giving up completely. Exit stage right.
What you gotta know? What you gotta know? What you gotta know? What you gotta know? Hey there, boys and girls. My name is Wiggy Pop, and I'm here to have a rockin' time teaching you what you gotta know. Today, we're talking about how God is always there for us when we need Him. So every time today that somebody asks you what you gotta know, you tell them this: even when I cannot see, God's right there to rescue me. You know, sometimes we can't even see things that are right there in front of us. Hello? I can't see you. Where are you? Boo! Woo! You scared me. Even though we can't necessarily see God, we can know that He'll never leave us and He'll never forsake us. God is always right there in front of you, and He will rescue you from trouble every single time. So every time today that somebody asks you what you gotta know, you tell them this: even when I cannot see, God's right there to rescue me. And that right there is what you gotta know. I'm Wiggy Pop, and until next time, rock on!
Welcome, kids. This is our final Bible story for the curriculum I'm in Trouble. And today's Bible story is about Elisha. It's entitled Elisha is Surrounded. And you can find the story in the book of 2 Kings, chapter 6, verses 8 through 23. So, in this story, the king of Aram had been invading the territories of Israel, God's chosen people. But every time he planned an invasion, God's prophet Elisha warned the king of Israel about it. Every time the attack failed. The king of Aram would draw up a battle plan, and God would tell Elisha about it, and Elisha would warn the king of Aram, or the king of Israel, and this happened over and over again. So, the king of Aram got very angry and decided to take care of Elisha once and for all. He told the captain of his army, "You take your army and go capture that prophet." And the king sent horses, chariots, an entire army of soldiers down to where Elisha lived, and he gave them orders to kill Elisha. He sent an entire army to take care of just one prophet. Wow. So when the armies arrived, Elisha and his servant walked out to meet them. They looked down at the armies below. Elisha's servant started freaking out. "Oh no! What are we going to do?" The servant was worried that he and Elisha were about to be killed. But Elisha was not worried at all. How could Elisha be so calm in the face of such danger? How could he not be worried like his servant was? It's because Elisha knew something that the servant did not know. Elisha prayed, "O Lord, open his eyes so that he may see." Suddenly, God opened the eyes of the servant so that he could see what Elisha already saw. The servant looked up and suddenly saw a great army of angels surrounding them. They were in position and ready to attack the army of Aram. Elisha said, "Don't be afraid. There are more here with us than there are with them." And then Elisha prayed that God would strike the army of Aram with blindness. That's exactly what happened. God delivered Elisha from this great attack. Elisha could have panicked just like his servant did, but Elisha knew that God was on his side. Elisha could see that God had provided a way out, even when it didn't seem like it. And in today's lesson, we're going to learn that sometimes things are not as they seem. When things look hopeless, God may be ready to do a miracle. You can't always go by what you see. Now, have any of you ever felt totally outnumbered? Now, perhaps it's a time when you wanted to go eat at McDonald's, but everybody else in your family wanted to eat at Burger King. Now, that's a bummer. Or maybe it was a time when you wanted to play video games, but all the rest of your friends wanted to watch a movie. That's no good. When you're outnumbered, it sure can feel lonely. Well, today we learned about a time that Elisha was really outnumbered. The king of Aram got mad and decided to send horses and chariots and his entire army of soldiers down to where Elisha lived, and he gave him orders to kill Elisha. Does that sound fair to you? It was an entire army versus one little prophet. No way, that's definitely not fair at all. The king of Aram just wanted to destroy Elisha. He wasn't interested in a fair fight. And that's something that we can learn about enemies. Enemies don't fight fair. That's the nature of enemies. They don't ever want to fight fair. Our enemy, the devil, and even people who come against us, they're not going to fight fair. They aren't interested in being nice and fair. The devil's determined to destroy us. He doesn't care if he destroys our whole family in the process. He doesn't care if he comes against us with sickness, sadness, fear, whatever. He just wants to steal, kill, and destroy us. So let's just pretend that there was going to be a race between two guys. They're going to race around the track one time, and we'll see who's the fastest. And the first person to cross the finish line wins. Okay, not a problem. However, one of the racers has to wear a blindfold. What do you think is going to happen? You think the person with the blindfold is going to win? I don't think so. That wouldn't be fair, would it? Well, that's kind of what happened with Elisha. His enemies didn't fight fair. They came after him with an entire army. One prophet versus an entire Armenian army. Totally unfair. And what did Elisha do? Did he run? Did he freak out? Nope. He walked out, met the army as the soldiers began to arrive, and that's when Elisha's servant started to panic. What are we going to do? Hey, he was just like many of us. When we see the enemy coming against us, we begin to worry. What are we going to do? How are we going to make it? We're dead meat. I can't go by what I see. Just because we can't see it with our natural eyes, that doesn't mean God's not at work. Don't you wish that there was a pair of faith glasses that you could put on to help you see what God was doing behind the scenes? Not glasses like Deputy Dugan was wearing earlier, but glasses where if you were facing a terrible sickness, you could put them on and boom, you can suddenly see that God is standing there with healing in his hands. Or you don't know how much you're going to make a good grade on. If you're going to make a good grade on the hardest spelling test of the year, you put on your faith glasses and boom, you see that God is there helping you remember what you have studied. Now, okay, it'd be nice to have a pair of glasses like that, but it doesn't work that way, does it? What did Elisha do when he was outnumbered? He prayed. Lord, open his eyes and let him see. You see, we have to learn that even when things look bad, God is still there working. We have to pray for God to open our eyes, to understand what he is doing and how he's working to bring the victory. Now, too often, rather than using faith glasses, we end up, focusing on our troubles with a magnifying glass. We focus so much on our troubles that it's all we can see or think about. We focus on sickness or the bully that beats us up, the lies, a bad habit. We don't focus on what's most important. What is most important to focus on when I face big time trouble? I should focus on the fact that God is on my side. We don't have to worry. We don't have to freak out. No matter how it looks to our natural eyes, God is on our side. He's there to protect us. He's there to fight for us. He's there to win the victory. Elisha's servant figured that out, and you can too. No matter what you're facing today, remember that God is on your side. He can and will bring the victory. It may not look like he's there. You may feel all alone. But remember that all you have to do is pray for God to open your eyes, and he will do it. He will help you remember that he is there fighting for you. Why don't we go to the Lord in prayer, shall we? Bow your heads with me. Father, after a lesson like this, all we really want to do is pray that you would open our eyes. Give us the faith. So many of us struggle feeling like you're not there. Please open our eyes, Lord. The whole family that may be participating today, open their eyes. Open the kids' eyes, the parents' eyes, to see you and what you're doing. You're there for us, and you're working to bring victory in our lives. We thank you for that. We're so grateful. I just pray your blessings on everyone today, including our kids. In Jesus' name, amen. All right, kids, thanks for hanging out with us. We'll see you next time.